the major story today you should know about. It was the biggest day of the bilateral air services inquiry of the hearings so far, headlined by the appearance of Qantas CEO Vanessa Hudson and Qantas Chairman Mr Goyder this afternoon. It's fair to say that Qantas's appearance didn't start well. The Chair Bridget McKenzie was clearly upset Qantas did not provide a detailed submission to the inquiry when other airlines, including Virgin and Rex, did. Mr Goyder said he had never met with any member of Parliament about the Qatar Airways application for additional flights. Ms McKenzie then asked Mr Goyder about the percentage of Alan Joyce's bonus that was withheld. Qantas then had to take a series of questions on notice, which frustrated Ms McKenzie. Listen to this.
Guess what? When you come to a Senate inquiry, we ask the questions and you're supposed to come with the answers. A bit like failing to hand in a submission, not having details about when you had made significant decisions in partnership with the government just shows the level of disrespect.
Here's a fiery exchange between Labor Senator Tony Sheldon and Mr Goyder over the illegal sacking of ground staff during the pandemic.
And you still can't apologise. Still today, you can't apologise, even in the Senate hearing.
So, Senator, I think I just did apologise.
You did not apologise for the illegal sacking of those workers.
To the 1,700.
You apologised for getting caught.
I apologise to the 1,700 employees and the 7,700 employees that we had to make redundant and the 22,000 employees that we had to stand down because of the circumstances we were in at the time.
Earlier in the morning, two senior executives at Qatar Airways appeared saying they were surprised and shocked the federal government had rejected their application to add an extra 28 flights to Australia.
At Qatar Airways, we were surprised and shocked by the decision of the Australian government to reject our application for additional flights to Australia. Even more surprising was that the government gave us no reason for rejecting our application. We really can't understand why. Qatar Airways and the state of Qatar have been a friend and ally of Australia for 40 years. We've demonstrated that commitment during good times and particularly during tough times. We currently generate $3 billion of economic benefits to Australia. We create well-paying Australian jobs, support Australian travel agents, support Australian tourism and support exporters. We believe that if our application for additional Qatar Airways flights to Australia is approved, it would create an additional $3 billion of economic benefits to Australia over 5 years. The Victorian government estimates that a second daily flight from Doha to Melbourne alone would create more than 900 jobs.
Qatar said it discovered its application had been rejected through the media. The airline also said the government, to its knowledge, never raised the invasive strip searches of 13 Australian women in Doha in October 2020 to it or Qatari authorities when considering the airline's application to add extra flights to Australia. But the airline's hoping to be granted additional flights in time for Christmas.
For us as an airline, yes, we want to firm that we get granted the frequency, because we had plans to deploy those aircrafts well in advance. We have to make sure that before the winter season, summer season, aircrafts are aligned. We aim to operate before Christmas. We hope that we manage to do that.
So it would still be possible if the government reviewed the decision and made a quick decision for you to have extra flights by this Christmas?
Yes, we hope so. Yes, we hope so.
Virgin Australia Chief Executive Jane Herdlicker then appeared before the inquiry, followed by Rod Sims, the former chair of the ACCC, and he said airlines should not be able to dictate the number of slots available for aircraft at Australia's major airports.
We need to change the governance of how we do the slots. There should be no role for Qantas and Virgin in working out how we allocate slots at Sydney Airport. That is just, frankly, ridiculous. And with bilateral aviation agreements, we should adopt the mindset we've now adopted with tariffs. We should do them in a way that benefits the travelling public and the economy, not the incumbent airlines.